Okay, my name's Carman. I play guitar in the getarounds, and I write the songs mostly. And me and my wife, we're a wife and husband duo. Well, we have a band, and Lana's the singer, and we love to rock and roll. And we started out during COVID, and here we are now.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So tell me a little bit about the band itself.
Okay, the band is basically a rock and roll band, two guitars, bass, and drums. And we love like power pop and rock and roll stuff. And personally, I love like Cheap Trick. Just before we came on, I was just listening to the Steve Albini Cheap Trick sessions. And, we're just kind of in that vein, of big choruses, lots of guitars, lots of drums, Yeah.
That's awesome. We have got the Getarounds with us today. They join us live here on the Sunday radio broadcast. And you can join us each and every week over there at 990 WBOB out there in Rhode Island. You can also find us on the mix on Tuesdays. And, of course, we have got the Getarounds with us today. So how do we get in touch with you guys on social media, the websites, everything?
Okay, Facebook, we are the Getarounds are number one on Facebook, and also on Bandcamp, we are the Getarounds are number one, and you're on Instagram as the Getarounds Bands. And there's a Twitter handle too, but I don't know what it is, honestly. Sorry.
Well, hey, that's
probably the Getarounds.
That's awesome. The Getarounds with us today. They join us live here on our big program. So, what is the common myth about independent artists, and can you debunk it?
A common myth about independent artists. I think that the whole term independent might be a bit of a myth in itself. I think you need a team of people. I think your band needs to all work together, but you also need like other people outside the band that are helping you along the way. There's people that are better. Like what I'm into is writing songs. Other people are into making videos. Other people are into getting those songs heard on radio. And I think it takes a team. I think it takes a team to do anything. Plus, it's more fun to work with other people. Have input.
That is awesome. The Getarounds with us today. They join us live here on our big broadcast. So tell me a little bit about the music scene where you're from.
So I'm from Vancouver, BC, and the music scene here is really vibrant. A lot of great bands like the Slip-Ons and Clone. Both those bands just put out new records, and there's a lot of like the young kids are playing guitars again, and writing like the whole like 90s grunge thing seems to be like blowing up again here. I don't know how that happened, but hey, that's cool, right? And
Skype froze, or we lost internet. One of the two. Are you back with us, my friend? Your Skype had a hiccup there.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
No. You're good. You're good. So we've got the Getarounds with us today. They join us live here on our big broadcast. So there's a lot of people that want to get into the music industry. What advice do you have for folks who wanted to get into music?
I think if you want to get into music, find what you love to do and then just do that. If you just love playing the guitar and you just want to play play the guitar all the time. If you want to write songs every day, write like a lot of songs. And there's a lot of other different things. Like some people are really into like my friend loves managing bands. He's not into being in a band, but he loves managing bands and he focuses on that. So I think like there's a lot of different jobs, and like DJs, awesome, right?
Yeah.
Like DJ, do your thing, man. And some people just love being fans, and they just fan out, and that's the best, Like everybody has a job to do, and just find that job and do it. Like love it, do what you love. Like life's short, man. Do what you love.
The Getarounds with us today. They join us live here on our big broadcast. So I want I Want Something More. Tell me a little bit about this, and then we're going to play it here in a few moments.
Okay, I Want Something More. It's one of those songs you hear people talk about that they wrote in 5 minutes. That seemed to happen for us. It just came out of nowhere, and just jamming around on like some big kind of almost like 70s glammy stuff or something. And there it was. This just appears out of nowhere, and you got a song, and I Want Something More. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, I do want something more, like I hope everybody wants something more. I hope you're all satisfied with your life, but I want something more. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We have got the Getarounds with us today. So what has been the response to your music so far?
For the most part, it's been a really positive response. I was a little bit surprised, actually, how much people were into the band, and because I've been in bands before, and you write songs and put stuff out, and it's kind of like no one. But this one seems to have the chemistry, Lana sings, like Lana's got a great voice, and she's just learning how to use it, and she sounds great already, and she just like knocked this one out of the park. I think this one, she just like. We were like, okay, all of a sudden, let's have a band. We should do this as a band. We were just kind of like messing around, and there it was.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, the Getarounds join us today here on our broadcast. So what are some of the other bands that you guys have collaborated with, played with, that we should know about?
Definitely check out Clone. They're like this glam rock band from Vancouver, and they make these great videos and great records. And the Slip-Ons just put out a great record, and it sounds so good. It sounds really amazing. Who else? The Weak Knees. They're a local band. They just kind of started up, and they only got one song, I think, on the internet, but they were great. We played with them not too long ago. And we're going to play with a band called Star Collector coming up next month, and they just put out their 6th record, and they're, it's surprising they're not household names. They're a really great band, really good. Star
awesome.
Collector.
That's awesome. The Getarounds with us today. They join us live here on our big broadcast, and just an amazing group. So where do you see the band in like 5 years?
In 5 years, well, right now actually we're working on our 2nd record. We're about halfway into it, and so in 5 years, I hope to see us like touring around a lot and playing your shows.
That's awesome. That's awesome. The Getarounds with us today. So we are going to do this. We are going to play the track we were talking about earlier. I'm going to put you on a brief hold, and we will be back. It is the Getarounds, and they join us today here on our Sunday radio broadcast, coast to coast, border to border on iHeartRadio today. You can get more information. The Getarounds, of course, are on social media, and you guys have a pretty good fan following, right, on social media?
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're going to put you on a brief hold. I'll be right back with you, my friend. And trying to do 65 things at once as usual. And trying to pull this song up, trying to get all the stuff done, trying to do this interview. What a deal. What a deal. It is, I Want Something More. And we're hoping that I can get the song.
While I'm living in the city, there's always something to do. Everybody wants to be somebody, and everybody loves you. Yeah, right. Everybody wants to find somebody. Everybody wants to know someone. Everybody wants to be somebody, and everybody wants to come undone. I want something more.
That is Cry Me a River. It is the Getarounds, and we are going to go back here and wrap things up here with the Getarounds. They join us back here live on our big broadcast. So we just heard that track. We also played Cry Me a River. Tell me a little bit about Cry Me a River, my man.
Okay, Cry Me a River. I was messing around on my Telecaster, and I'm not sure if you know who Steve Cropper is, but he's a famous producer, guitar player, and so I was trying to do a little Steve Cropper thing, and Cry Me a River pops out, and there you go. That's where it came from. Just kind of trying to do like a Memphis kind of vibe, like Volt Stax, 70s era thing, and yeah, and it was a lot of fun. It's a fun one to record, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, really appreciate you making time for us today. Our next guest is going to be calling here in a few moments. Before we let you go, how do we get in touch with the Getarounds online, buy your music, get involved with what you're doing?
Okay, guys, if you want to buy our music, go to Bandcamp. Go to the Getarounds are #1 on Bandcamp. And we're on Spotify and stuff. I'm not sure how I feel about Spotify yet, but you can go there. We're up there. And, we're on YouTube and all that stuff. We have a Facebook. We are the Getarounds. Our #1 on Facebook as well, and the Getarounds band at Instagram.
Fantastic. Well, really appreciate the time. Thanks for making some time for us today, my friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this.